Welcome back to Introduction to Engineering Design. Today we're going to talk about how we can use a special tool in SolidWorks to make holes, and that's called the Hole Wizard. Up to this point, we've been able to make round cuts through material by using our old friend, the extruded cut. While the extruded cut is useful for many situations, it is far from ideal for making holes. And because a lot of times on the top of the hole, I want to do a treatment, such as a countersink. That's this V-shaped cut in the middle of the hole. Or perhaps a counter bore. That's this flat cut that's larger than the diameter of the hole, shown on the far right side. Or maybe I want to show threads, like this hole. So how do I do those and make my design intent clear? And that is done using the Hole Wizard right up here. So let's take a look inside this model real quick, and I'm going to show you how to do a section view of an active part. Click on the icon right up here. It's called the section view. This will allow you to look inside the part, and I can pull the section view out. I'm relative to the front plane. I'm 0 inches away from it. When I hit the check mark, I can now look inside the part, and I can in fact see that I've got 2 through holes, a blind hole, a threaded blind hole, and a second blind hole. This blind hole has got a countersink, that V shape. This last blind hole has a counter bore, the square cut. So let's use our tools in SolidWorks to make this part. I'm going to get out of my section view. Just click on this button. And I'll minimize this part and start a new one. I'm going to go File, New, Part. Now from the drawing, you're going to notice that essentially I have a 7-inch by 3-inch by 2-inch deep rectangle. So let's draw this as 2 inches wide rectangle, 7 inches. Go ahead and start extruded boss base. I'm going to sketch on the top plane, and I'd like you to use a center rectangle. That'll establish symmetry for our whole layout pattern. Sketch it out, dimension it, 7 inches. By 2 inches. Exit that, extrude it 3 inches blind. And I've got the part that I'm going to start cutting holes in. And I'm going to cut all my holes on this top surface. So let's start out with our first 2 holes. Our first 2 holes are nothing more than 1/2 inch drill holes that go all the way through the part. Now when we look at this in our first view here, you don't really see the diameter because I haven't put it on there. Let me flip to a different page. Here's another page of your drawing package, and what you'll see is the number 2 times, indicating there are 2 of the same holes on this view with a diameter of 0.5 that is through all. Their location is 1.25 apart from each other and apart from the center of my model, or 1 inch in and then 1.25 inches over. You can dimension it either way. I'm going to show you how to do this using the Hole Wizard. So let's go back and click on Hole Wizard right up here. Now when we look at the Hole Wizard options that pop up here, you're going to see I've got several different hole types. If I hover over them, I can see what the type are. So here's a counter bore. Again, it's got that flat circular bore around the drill hole. Countersink, V-shaped, angle coming down. Straight drill hole, a drill and tap, a drill and a taper tap. This would be for like a pipe fitting. We're not going to do much of that. And then I've got 3 options down here for slots. Similarly, counter bore, countersink, and straight slot. Let's choose the straight hole. Now there's a lot of different hole types, so pay attention in the instructions when I ask you to use the Hole Wizard when making a hole, and we're going to come here and use all drill sizes. Now one thing I find very handy is to check this show decimal sizes. Now I happen to be on 1/2 inch, but I may not start there. Its option is whatever the last one I was using. So you can see if I'm looking for 1/2 inch, well, I don't really memorize what an S-sized drill is, but I can pretty much tell I need to go up from an S size to find that 1/2 inch. There it is. And once I've done that, my hole wizard really needs two things. The first thing it needs is the type of hole, and that's what I'm picking. Straight hole, size, and end condition. So we said we want to go through all. So I've chosen through all. Now the next tab, right up here, is the position. Click on the position tab and you'll see this asking you to make a sketch or a 3D sketch. Now I'm going to tell you select the face for now. Let's start with making holes on flat surfaces. So I click on this top surface and I'm sketching. Now you'll see everywhere my cursor goes, I drag along a hole. If I drop, it leaves a point and a hole. Now I can dimension these, but my choice is to use a center line. And I'm just going to drag a center line over to my first hole, select that, and if I make this dimension 2.5 inches, I've positioned that hole. Now, fun fact, get out of dimension, I can just drag the second hole and I can put it on the center line. My holes are now fully defined. The first hole is at 2.5 inches from the center. The second hole is 1.25, or halfway, because I used the midpoint of that construction line from the center of my object, of my model. So let's take a quick look and see if that looks correct. 1.25, 1.25, 2.5, midway between. Looks good. Now, hit the check mark to accept it, and you're going to notice a couple things here. The first thing you're going to notice is that I've made two sketches with my hole wizard. The first sketch is the location of my holes. I can edit that at any time and go back and move my holes. The second sketch is the profile of the hole. Now that was defined by those first conditions that I set, diameter and end condition. Don't edit this sketch manually. We'll talk about how we can modify these here in a minute. So that's my very first two holes. Pretty easy. Let's try it again. This time, though, we're going to make this center hole. And this center hole is designed for a specific bolt. You're going to notice that it's 0.547 diameter, 2 inches deep. It's got a countersink, the V symbol right here, of diameter 1.017 and a 100-degree angle. So let's make that. So I'm back at my part, and I want to use the hole wizard again. Except this time, I want to choose this middle top row countersink. Now there's a bunch of pre-built countersinks, and I'm going to do one for a 100-degree flathead screw. It's a pretty standard flathead screw. 1/2 inch, and we'll just go loose fitting. Instead of through all, though, I want this to be 2 inches blind. So I've defined my hole. Now notice this is defined, the countersink is defined by the flathead screw. I could actually make this custom sizing too. And right here, you will see the custom sizing. This happens to be what was set by our defaults. Now I click on my position tab. Click on the surface where I want to drop it. And I happen to have the origin here, so I don't need to do any dimensioning. I'm just going to put it in the middle of the model. And then hit the check mark. Once again, I've got two sketches. I've got the sketch that defines the location, just a point, and then the sketch that defines the profile. This is a cut revolve. There's my third hole. Let's take a look at our fourth hole, which is a threaded hole, or a tapped hole. Now a tapped hole is defined by the size of the bolt that goes in it. And what you're going to see right here is a bolt name. And we're going to learn quite a bit more about this, but that happens to be a 1/2 inch nominal bolt with 13 threads per inch. The UNC stands for Unified National Course. So the diameter of this bolt hole is 0.422. The depth is 1.5 inches. The threads go down 1 inch. That's information we're going to need for our hole. So let's start another hole wizard. This time I'm going to choose the straight tap right here. And I'll choose a bottoming tap hole, and I want to select 1/2 13. Now the depth of my hole, I want to make it blind 1.5 inches. The thread depth, there are some defaults here, and it's blind 2 times the diameter is a default. We'll leave that at 1 inch. That's my type of hole. Again, click on my position tab. Click on the top of the surface I want to sketch on. Drop my hole. Grab a line, center line, from the origin to my hole. Be sure it's horizontal. Dimension this at 1.25. Hit the check mark. And there's my hole. Now you're going to notice this is kind of a cosmetic looking thread, but this little dashed line indicates the diameter of the thread that's cut. So that's how I can tell that that's a threaded hole. Well, that's awesome. I've got one hole left here. That's on this very end. And this is a counter bore. Now remember that counter bore shape is this straight cut looking shape here. It kind of looks like a C rolled on its side. And this is defined as the hole diameter, 0.531, 2 inches deep. And my counter bore is 1.125 inches, 0.364 deep. Now this happens to be the size for a 1/2 inch hex bolt. So let's come back here to my hole wizard. This time I'm going to choose the counter bore. And in the type of screw, I'm going to choose a hex bolt. The size will be 1/2 inch in a normal fitting. Now the depth that I want to make it is 2 inches. So I'm going to go blind, 2 inches. Now if I want to see the size of my counter bore, here it is. 0.5312 is the diameter of the hole. 1.125 is the diameter of my counter bore. It's 0.3640 deep, and the drill tip is 118 degrees. We don't need to worry about that too much. Now let's choose our position. Again, click on the surface where I want to place it. My pointer turns into a hole. Drop it. Place a center line horizontally out from the origin. And I'm going to go ahead and dimension this at 2.5. And it's fully defined. Hit the check mark to accept my hole. So there's all my holes. So let's go back and look at our section view again. So if I click on section view, you'll see I'm looking at the front plane, and here's my holes. Now notice the hole depth. The hole depth is defined by the depth to the bottom of the flat part of the hole, not the depth to the tip of the drill bit. So if I go evaluate and measure, I can go the distance between these two elements. That's my hole depth right there, 2 inches. Notice that my drill tip has to go further. My drill tip has to go all the way down here. So I'm really going 2.164 with the drill tip. We do that math when we make the part. We don't do it when we design it. But there's a good look at a counter bore, flat surface, counter sink, angled surface, a threaded hole, a straight hole. All of our different types of holes. So let's get out of the section view and go back to the drawing that we started this whole exercise with. So if we go back to this drawing, notice our hole callouts. Our hole callouts have all of this information on it. These first two holes, it says there's two of them, 0.5 inch diameter through all. That's all we needed to make it. This second one says it's a .547 diameter hole, 2 inches deep, with a countersink that's 1.017 across at the top and a 100-degree angle. Third hole is a 1/2 inch 13 unified national course, drilled 1.5 inch deep, tapped 1 inch deep. The last one, a counter bore for a hex bolt, 0.531 diameter, 2 inches deep, with a counter bore of 1.125 inch diameter, 0.364 deep. So this is the way that we make callouts for our holes. Now let's take a look at what these callouts really are showing with another view of our section. So this is another view in your drawing package. And these are not complete drawing views. These are just for instruction. But notice this callout, and I only did one. And notice the numbers that it's giving me. It's telling me, here's the diameter. Right there. That's my diameter. Here's my diameter shown in a cutaway view. Here's the parameters for the counter bore. Here's the same parameters for the counter bore. Diameter, depth. Hole, diameter, depth. So this is just a much easier way to show the hole without having to show a cutaway view of what it looks like. So what you can expect to see for most of these exercises is some description of the holes that looks exactly like this. We'll start out easy and work our way to more advanced holes. Remember that the Hole Wizard allows you to make a hole by making 2 different sketches. The first sketch is the definition of where the hole is. The second sketch is the profile of it. Now, if you make a mistake on the Hole Wizard, click on it, edit it, and I can come back in here and quite easily change either parameter, location, or size. So let's say I wanted to make these 9/16 of an inch. I just did it. That easy. We'll go back and change them back to 1/2 inch. So very straightforward. Make this part, turn it in. If you followed along in class, that's awesome. You got this live. If you're watching the video, take a moment and review, and you're going to go ahead and create this part. Submit it. Thanks for watching.